Mighty Mustangs. Mrs. Moschler here, your principal, to talk about bus expectations. We know that as Mighty Mustangs, we are respectful, responsible, and safe in all locations in our school and also on the school bus. When we are respectful on the school bus, we are listening to our bus driver. We are also listening to any other adults that are on the bus. We follow their directions the first time they are given. We also use appropriate language and voice levels. When we're on the school bus, we use words that are only school appropriate. Boys and girls, if they're not words that you would say to mom or dad or in front of your teacher, then they're probably not words we should be using on the school bus. Make sure that your words are school appropriate. And our voice levels. We know that voice levels 0, 1, or 2 are acceptable on the school bus. Voice level 0 means you're not talking at all, and you could choose to do that. You could choose to be silent on the way to or from school, and that's okay. You might choose a voice level 1, which is a whisper voice, or even a voice level 2, which is just your normal conversation voice. But you should only be talking to the boys and girls that are sitting either in your seat or the seat across from you. You can't talk to the people in front of you or behind you because they would have to turn around in their seat or you would have to turn around in your seat, and that would not be safe. Voice levels 0, 1, or 2. And then make sure that you're being polite, kind, and helpful to others. Use those manner words, please and thank you, as you get on and off the bus. Make sure that if somebody drops something that you're helpful to pick it up. We know that when we drop our school bag or things fall on the floor, we would love it if others would help us to pick up. So please make sure that you are being helpful as well. And then also being kind. If you notice that somebody needs help getting on the bus, or if they are struggling with something, make sure that you're being a Mighty Mustang and being kind and offering to help them whenever you can. All right, Mighty Mustangs, we are responsible. That means we're keeping track of all of our belongings, whether that's your coat, your backpack, your lunch bag. All of those things are your responsibility. And when you're on the school bus, those things should be tucked in your seat, either on your lap or on the floor in front of you. Your job is to keep track of those things, and when it's time to get off the bus, make sure you have them all with you before you leave. Being responsible means you're being on time for the school bus. That means in the morning, you're at your bus stop 2 or 3 minutes ahead of time so that the driver is not having to wait for you. And also at the end of the school day, when teachers say, hey, it's time to clean up, we need to get ready to go, make sure that you're listening and following those directions as well, because we need you to be out to the school bus on time so the bus drivers can leave at their official time from school and everybody will be home on time as well. Also, being responsible by keeping the school bus clean. I noticed when I came on this school bus today, there isn't garbage on the floor. There's not things tucked into the seat. We want to keep our buses in that same shape so that when I sit down in my school bus seat, I don't have to worry about whether there's garbage on the floor, garbage on the seat, getting my clothes dirty. If I have anything, if I have something, notice today I happen to have pockets on. If I have a Kleenex or a wrapper from something, I can tuck that in my pocket and wait till either I get off the school bus, because there's a garbage at the front of the school bus, or when I get out at school or home and I can toss it there. We don't leave our garbage on the floor. We don't tuck it in the seats. Keep your school bus clean. And then boys and girls, more important than ever this year is to sit in your assigned seat. Everyone has been given an assigned seat, and that's your responsibility to make sure that you're always sitting in that seat. If you need a reminder, you can't remember if your bus driver changed the seat, and you can't remember where you're supposed to be, please make sure to ask them when you get on the school bus. That would be being responsible as well. So Mighty Mustangs, be responsible on the school bus. And Mighty Mustangs, we are safe when we are on the school bus. We need to stay seated appropriately when we are on the school bus. Every year I get a bus conduct report for somebody that's not sitting safely on the school bus. When you get on the school bus, you go to your bus seat and you need to make sure that you're all the way in the seat and then you're sitting flat on your bottom with your back up against the backrest. This is the only safe way to be on the school bus. The seats are up a little bit higher for us so that if we would get into an accident, I might bang my head, I might move forward, but I would certainly still be safe on the bus. Because you notice there are no seat belts on the school bus. but sitting the correct way will help to keep you safe when you're on the school bus. It is not okay to be up on your knees or turned around backwards. This is the only safe way to be on the school bus. You also need to keep your hands, your body, any of your materials inside the school bus. We know that often the bus windows are open because it's warm outside or because we need to get some fresh air in. You need to make sure that all things stay inside the school bus in order to keep you safe. You need to enter and exit the school bus safely. That means we take turns getting off the bus, and boys and girls, you'll remember that I always say we exit from the front to the back. And we always start on the driver's side, so then we don't have to argue about which side goes first. So if I'm sitting on the driver's side, I would get to go before the person that's on this side. We walk down the aisle, out the doors safely, using the handrail to make sure that we don't trip and fall. Also making sure that we're going slow enough so the person in front of us doesn't feel pressured to get on or off too fast and then get hurt. Boys and girls, you need to keep these aisles clear. You'll notice there's nothing in the aisles. We need these aisles to stay clear so that if there is an emergency, people can get off the bus safely. And you're going to be practicing a bus evacuation, and that will be important to have the aisles clear. So again, when I'm in my seat, seated the way I'm supposed to, there should be nothing in the aisles. My feet or my legs shouldn't be in the aisles, nor should my school bag or other materials. So make sure you're staying out of the aisles to be safe. And then finally, keep clear of that danger zone. When you're outside the school bus, there is a danger zone all the way around the school bus, and your teachers have talked about that. It is so important to stay out of that zone because that's the area where the bus driver, even looking in every mirror that he or she has, they can't see you. And so you need to make sure that you stay out and away from that area. So for example, if you come out to the school bus in the afternoon and one of your papers or a book falls and blows near the bus tires or into that danger zone, please never, ever, ever go into that danger zone, but have an adult that's nearby come and get those things that you need. Boys and girls, just a couple more things for safety this year that are maybe a little bit different. You'll notice I have my face shield on today. You should either have your face shield or your other face covering on whenever you are on the school bus. That face covering or face shield needs to make sure that it covers your nose all the way down to your mouth. And you need to keep that on during your entire ride on the school bus. So please make sure that you do that in order to keep yourself and everyone else on your school bus safe. Finally, staying in those assigned seats. It's going to be important that you stay in whatever seat that you are assigned so that we make sure in case someone on your school bus gets sick, we know who was seated next to them or close to them. And finally, keeping all of those belongings to yourself and not into somebody else's space will help to keep them safe if you or they happen to become sick. So again, boys and girls, following those expectations to be Mighty Mustangs, to be respectful, responsible, and safe on the school bus.